Hey, what's up YouTube, it's DS Pyro coming with another video. Today I'm going to be referring to myself as your friendly neighborhood blurred, literally because I'm talking about this video and I might do a name change. Who knows, somewhere in the near future you might see an update on this channel. Before I jump into this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz with the notification bell. I guess you should probably comment after the video because what's the one commenting before? Honestly, one of those YouTube people that do that. Leave a like probably after, but do it now because you're gonna like this video, or at least I hope you do. Don't forget about Instagram, which I'll remind you all of you guys at the beginning, or rather the end of this video. Today, what are we going to be doing? We are going to be reviewing Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse because I've been lucky enough to see it during the world premiere of it, which was on this week, as of the uploading of this video, Wednesday. I think that is the 28th. Yes, it was the 28th because it was my homie Made Up Universe, who you should also check out on YouTube and on Instagram. He's there. Check him out. It was his birthday and we went to go see it and he was happy. He was stoked. Let's do it. So I'm wearing this hat which I got while I was on holiday in America, and it's a kid's hat. It's a kid's hat. Like, check it out. Like, it literally says it. Don't care. It's way too small for my head, but I saw it. It was $10, so I got it. I'm happy. So this is literally the card for the premiere of it at Cineworld in Leicester Square. It was super cool. Had a great time. I read this just before I went to go watch it, actually on the plane back from America. This book, I don't really read much Spider-Man Morales, although he is my favorite period because I can relate to him on like kind of a very visual level, clearly because he's a black gentleman. I'm a black gentleman, it works, and he has Hispanic heritage, which is really cool, and I love Hispanic and Latin vibes and stuff like that. So he's kind of the ultimate character for me when it comes to Spider-Man in terms of relatability. Is he the best one? That's up for debate. I'm not going to jump into that because that's going to cause a lot of issues. What we're going to talk about is the movie and how it relates to the comics without giving away any spoilers, because I'm not a spoiler person. I don't do that unless I specifically state spoilers in some of my videos, which you'll probably catch here and at the end of the video. So first things first, as always, did I like this movie? Hell yeah, I like this movie. This movie was amazing, Spider-Man. I'm sorry I had to do that again. You'll know if you watch out my Instagram. It was absolutely great. Honestly, I personally will give this movie a 10 out of 10. It doesn't mean it's perfect. It means that I loved this movie that much because of what it did for the character one of Miles and the story that they adapted. So, the story that they adapted, it's called Into the Spider-Verse. So the main thing definitely is Spider-Verse, which in the comics, it's all the Spider people, Spider-Man, Spider-Girl, Spider-Woman, Spider-UK, Indian Spider-Man, all the different types of Spider-Mans that you're going to find. They end up coming together, having to destroy something. I don't want to really spoil the comic either, but they have to do that, so they all come together. So this is definitely on a much smaller scale. I won't say how much smaller because that probably, for me, would probably come across as a spoiler, so I won't do that, but it is a much smaller scale than what you do notice in the comics. Obviously, given the constraints of money and CGI and so on, it's understandable, but it doesn't take away from that story. And then also what I feel this really draws from is the comic book Spider-Man, which you can actually catch a review of on my Instagram channel for IGTV. Spider-Man now revolves around when Miles Morales first meets Peter Parker of Earth 616 before the convergence, when those universes collapse into one, becoming Prime Earth, I think it's called now in Marvel. So it relates a lot to that, and this involves a lot of interactions between Miles and Peter. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. These two stories are basically what make up the premise of the movie, and it is amazing. The other characters that they introduced, the other spiders they introduced, absolutely amazing. Now that we've discussed that I do love this and one of the core reasons, which is the story, cool. What else do I like about this? Visually, dude, this movie is hands down crazy, absolutely crazy. Because one, you've got the style of, like, it looks like a comic book, like it's kind of drawn, but you know it's not drawn, but it looks like it's drawn, and it's absolutely crazy. The way it looks, like, it has that comic book feel. Like, if you've seen the trailer, it's got speech bubbles, like thought bubbles, when at parts when Miles is talking, and he acknowledges these type of things. It's just crazy how they do that. Like, it had a bit of a not Deadpool-esque feel to it, like, but in the sense of when someone is aware of something, but it's so subtle that you notice it, or as an audience you notice that they notice it, and that was one of these little touches they had in parts where it had, if you see in the trailer, where at points when they're swinging it says thwip, which is a very common Spider-Man webbing noise. It has thwip, and that was crazy when I saw the trailer, but when you see it in the movie, it adds so much more element to it. And when Miles is discovering his powers and the color of this movie, it just really pops. The color of this movie, the color palette rather, is just so important, and it makes you feel like you're living or watching a moving comic book, a motion comic book. Like you see on YouTube sometimes, you've got these motion comic books and it's people voice acting things. It's like that, but on a much grander scale. So visually, this movie is, again, 10 out of 10. Color palette is amazing. The way it just looks, it feels like you're in this movie, just watching a moving comic book. And I haven't seen that in so long, with the package of the color and everything else, just crazy. Now I think I'm gonna nitpick at this movie, which is another part of it, which is slightly spoilery, but I won't say what it is. It's, as every comic book movie probably is, at least in an origin sense, it is a hero's journey. And the hero's journey literally is, you have your origin, you have something bad after you try and do your own thing with the power that you get, and then you turn around and say, oh, I'm gonna become a hero. Then you have to overcome something bad to become the full-fledged hero that you're meant to be, and then you're the hero. That is a very, very basic version of a hero's journey, and this movie does have that. However, the latter part of the origin hero's journey did make me go, okay. But at the same time, I do understand that this movie is probably aimed for the large portion of it, for some reason, at the younger audience, and it is a short runtime for what you've probably become accustomed to when it comes to superhero movies. It's a short runtime, sure, they have to kind of go beat by beat by beat to make sure they have the story overall done. So I can let it go, that's me nitpicking. Now, as I said at the beginning, do I think this movie is perfect? For me it is, for you it may not be, but I thoroughly loved this movie. I think you have to see this in the cinema, the movie theater, because it is that great. It deserves to be seen on a big screen. You could watch it on your TV or your laptop or your phone or whatever, but you are not going to get that same feeling. You have to watch this first big screen and then do what you want after, because this movie is amazing. Speaking about the villains, in accordance with the story, the villains are great. They feel very human, but they also feel larger than life. They don't feel human in the same way like when you have this, oh my god, this character is super relatable and I understand where he's coming from, I might be on his side, but you do relate to them in the understanding of why they are doing what they're doing. But the forefront of this literally is the main cast that you will see, and each and every one of the Spider people that you come across has their time to shine, and it's just wonderful. And if you've seen the trailers, you see the main cast of Spiders, which is Spider-Gwen, and you've got obviously Miles Morales, Spider-Man, and Peter Parker, Spider-Man. You've got Spider-Ham, and you've got Spider-Man Noir. Now, these are some of my favorite Spiders ever. And it is just crazy how they each have their own animation style and the way they talk. They have their own personality. I think they've chosen the best main cast of Spiders that they probably could in terms for this movie, but it doesn't take away from the main character of Miles and Peter's relationship. They're there, they are big personalities, and it's just amazing. I cannot stress how amazing this movie is, at least as far as I'm concerned. I really hope you guys feel the same when you eventually get to see this when it comes out on the 12th of December. I know that Cineworld are doing some early previews of the movie, I believe the weekend before, which would be the 10th and 11th, I'm not sure, but again, try and see this movie in the cinema. Please do it. Give your money to it. Just do it. I don't like giving my money to things, but give it, throw it away. It's not throwing away because you're getting a great gift at the end of it, which is a great movie. Anyways, dudes, please, this is the end of my review. If you can leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, now would be the time, because you've now watched this review. Let me know what you think. Hit the notification bell, and again, check out my Instagram, because I post out behind the scenes videos and all that jazz, catch music, what I also do on YouTube as well. Everything you can catch on there, and talk with me personally on there as well if you don't want to comment, but like, comment as well, message me, all that jazz, collab, I'm good for that, whatever, you know, I'm happy to promote other people. Anyways, dudes, here are going to be some videos that you can really click on, other reviews, music stuff that I do as well. Here's the other subscribe thing, click on that as well, and, you know, usual jazz. I still don't have the sound of it, so, peace.